What about Vice Principals? Because I've only seen the first two,
Yeah.
and in that one, you're already like majorly pushing the envelope.
We're pushing the envelope. I mean, for us, Vice Principals, so, you know, it was originally conceived as a feature screenplay. We wrote it in 2006, and there was something about it being an hour and a half when we finished the script that it just felt a little like, I don't know, it just felt run of the mill. It felt like,
So you thought it was going to be initially a 90-minute comedy?
yeah, and then by the time you have to jam a story into 90 minutes of comedy like that with two guys, it ends up hitting all the beats you see in any like buddy comedy. Like here they fight, here they get back together, here they do whatever. And so there was, we didn't really know how to crack that. And so it was a script that we always kind of looked at and would pull out and try to figure out what the fix was. And after we were rocking on Eastbound, we were like, man, we should just take that out and we should try to expand it into like one school year. And it can give us a chance to make the show more unpredictable, and you can follow different characters and get people's points of view more. And, you know, that's really kind of what it needed. You know, in the screenplay, it really only followed my character and Walton Goggins' character, you know, but by opening up into a TV show, and you'll see in some of the later episodes, you're able to actually like switch points of view and see what Dr. Belinda Brown, the new principal's life is like, and you kind of could jump around the school in a way that I think just keeps the audience on their toes. They're not really sure what they're rooting for.
That's it. So do you think Eastbound, I don't feel like that would have worked as a 90-minute movie, but maybe it could have. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it would have either. I think that like taking weird tangents and being able to have time to open up a character like Steve Little, or to be able to go into some strange territory with Ashley Schaefer, all that stuff would have been peeled away in a feature, I think.
Yeah, sometimes I watch comedies, and I always feel like in the age of Netflix, I wonder what they would have been like if instead of a 90 or 2-hour comedy, it could have been, you know, 10, 12 episodes. Like Superbad would have been a really fun Netflix series.
It would have been
HBO
awesome.
series.
Yeah, they create such a cool world that you, and that's, I feel like good comedies create a world that you do want to spend time in. So I think that's why they lend themselves to being good as TV shows, because you can kind of tune in each week and be a part of this world.
Was it nice you do Vice Principals and you just know, like, this is the end game? It's almost like the creators are Lost.
Yeah.
You're like, we're getting out on this episode. And
Yeah, we're not going to create too many mysteries that we can't answer. It was awesome. It was they let us take a whole entire year to write the whole series before we shot anything. So we locked up in our offices, which aren't too far from here, and it was myself and two other guys I went to film school with, and then we hired 3 other writers, and I mean, we just basically sit in there and just, you know, every single day jam on it like it's one long story, and and get it all cinched up. It was great to be able to know that you had an ending, and it was also great to know that you weren't going to have to, you know, change what you're planning on doing depending on how the critics receive it or not. You know, like you could keep the vision pure and let the critics just melt down if they're not on board.
How hard was it you have the Kenny character, and you have this character, and it's like they're like second cousins, but did you have to make a concerted effort to make Neil different in this way, and this way?
We, a lot of it just comes from like, it was a balancing act. The fact that like we didn't want to turn off Eastbound fans by starting with something that was so drastically different that it would turn people off. But at the same time, we didn't have any interest in just doing Eastbound again. So I think the show starts in familiar territory, but I can confidently say by the time this is over with, I don't think anyone's going to have any clue where this is all going. It's nuts.
The Farrell-McKay partnership is about as good as it gets in terms of success.
Totally.
But you and Jody have the same kind of thing. Like, I've always been fascinated by partners because I'm an only child. I like to work with myself. But how did the partnership, like, have you ever had like a giant fight with Jody? How does it work?
We haven't, and I think that's probably why we're able to keep working together. Is I think both of us respect each other enough that if somebody feels like really strong about something, they usually have a point, you know. And and also that's the beauty of when you improv, is like if someone like strikes your joke down on the page, you can just be like, well, I'll just say it anyway.
Right. Does there have to be an alpha dog, or can you just kind of take turns?
We just kind of go back and forth. Sometimes one of us will get too tired and the other guy has to take over, and that's kind of how it is.
And you're doing Alien now? Or you did Alien, it's kind of come out.
I just finished Alien Covenant, with Ridley Scott. So that was pretty incredible to be invited to that party. That was something that was kind of unreal. The whole time I was there, I kept thinking, there's no way that he knew who I was and invited me here. It's nuts.
So you have it's like 10 straight years of comedies, basically.
Yeah.
This is usually where somebody takes the time. Like, you're going to be a serial killer soon in something.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's
you're
the time
there's
to
some
start
bodies.
showing some crazy dramatic chops. Yeah.
Something driving along in like a period piece in the 70s
Yeah.
in a van, picking up
Exactly.
hitchhikers.
Maybe even earlier than that. Maybe it's like a period piece like in the 1800s, 1700s. Who knows?
70,
Yeah.
like the Nick, but even
Yeah.
earlier.
Even earlier. Yeah.
Jack
Pretty
the
cool.
Ripper from the 1700s.
Yeah.